I mean, I have many punk moments. The one favorite one is Nicolas Ghesquière's Balenciaga Spring 2007 ready-to-wear show. The whole collection was kind of very latex, but then those metallic leggings that were so soft. I mean, for me, that whole collection pushed punk forward, because normally when we do punk, it's always retro. It's always almost costumey.
Mm.
You know, we know the bondage pants, the seditionary T-shirts, but I felt that with this collection, he made a statement about the idea of punk, but something that was more focused on the future and more radical, in my point of view, and not looking back at all. Do you want a specific look?
Was there a specific look that stood out for you?
Yes. I mean, I love look 37.
Mm.
The look that Raquel's wearing. That whole series, it's a whole series. There's 37, 36, 35, 34. Those looks just, to me, sums up what punk is. Anti-establishment, still quite new. You don't forget, punk was about revolution. It was about, newness, anti-establishment. And I felt with this collection, especially those, that's what he took it to another level totally. And he really didn't care what people thought. And he just showed, you know what I mean? He just showed what he believed to be radical. I remember when it came out, people were like, but is this wearable? Is this, it raised all those questions that punk did back in the day. So if I had to pick something, that would be it.
Do you think, you said, it was so radical, so futuristic, and you mentioned before, you said, there weren't any safety pins, there weren't any studs. Do you think that's what punk is? It's being revolutionary. It's not just these aesthetic codes.
For me, it's being revolutionary. It's being anti-establishment. It's being anti what people expect. It's more of an attitude to me, punk. It's not about clothes. It's about being anti-establishment, kind of doing, it's more like an attitude, doing what you want to do, regardless of what the establishment expects. And I felt that with Nicolas, he consistently did that. But with this one, he really pushed it into a new place. And I feel like the modern idea of punk will be something like this. It's no longer, in my mind, spiky hair and, that's costume now, isn't it, really? It's like something your grandfather, how your grand used to dress to a kid of today. To a kid of today, this is punk, this collection.
Do you remember being at the show? Do you remember how it made you feel when you watched it?
I just felt like I felt like I was witnessing something really, I was just witnessing something really new and anti-establishment. And I think he got into a lot of trouble with this collection because they were like, oh, but who wants to look like this? Who wears this? But that's what the same kind of emotion that sort of punk brought out in people. So the attitude of, devil may care, we're headed for the future, it's a new generation. To me, that's punk, for the new generation.
Why do you think people were so kind of offended? Is it just, you mentioned that kind of the wearability element of it, but why do you think people were so struck by it? Was it...
Yeah, but I just think, there's some designers are here for wearability, and some designers are here to provide inspiration and move fashion forward. And I think Nicolas definitely falls into that category of always pushing, always wanting to move fashion forward. Never rest, Never resting on what the classic idea of a fashion collection to be. And his attitude is very punk to me. Always, every season, every show.
So the great designers, they have to be punks in a way, don't they? Because otherwise...
You have to. Look at Mucha, same. Every season she just, she kind of deconstructs what she did a season before and does something new. Mark, the same. Rei Kawakubo, all the best always deconstruct, always kind of like, literally like, what, I'm going to destroy and start again. And that is a punk attitude to me. It's all about in the attitude for me. I could pick up one of Rei Kawakubo's many collections, but I think for me, this collection just, resonated so well with the new generation.